Hi FlossTube, it's Lorna the Ladybird Stitcher. Today is Wednesday the 6th of June. I want to start by saying a big happy birthday to Belinda from an Each to Cross Stitch. It's her birthday today and I met her in February and she's become a really good friend, so I just wanted to wish her a happy birthday. I don't normally show my mugs on here, but I just wanted to show you this one. It's personalised with my name. I got this from, if you saw my last video, I mentioned that I was going to go on a mini retreat with some ladies that had invited me to their, they were sharing a house they'd hired for a weekend, and this was a gift that Claire, the Pirate Stitcher, gave to everyone. She arranged one for each of us and it's so nice. Yeah, I just love it. It's great. So thank you very much, Claire, for that. So a couple of other gifts I received from that retreat. Tash, the Star-Crossed Stitcher. Hi, Tash. She was there as well, and she gave everyone a wooden needle minder. So this is made out of wood, and I can use it now because I've shown it to you. This card is her mum's business. I mentioned this in my last video, and I've actually received the fabrics that she sent to me, so I'm going to mention those later. But yeah, that's from Tash, and she also gave us 2 skeins each. This is my very first Victorian motto sampler, and it's called Picking Daisies. And it's beautiful, a beautiful yellow, like a buttercup colour. It's really nice. And this one is from Cascade House. It's an Australian brand, and it doesn't have a name, but it's called it's colour 7880. Yeah, and I guess that's the right colour that it's showing up there. So yeah, that was really nice of Tash to give us that. And then another lady who was there who doesn't have a FlossTube channel, she organised a quiz for us. It was a Mirabilia quiz. She actually forgot it at home, which was unfortunate, but she tried to remember some of the questions, and I got one of them right. And she gave me just some Chronic. I don't know what number it is because the label isn't on there, but it's variegated, so it'll be nice to use. I don't know, I guess as a blending filament for something else. So yeah, so that was really nice. So thank you very much, ladies, for those. The retreat itself was so much fun. We got there on Friday evening, and the ladies who had arrived that afternoon had gone shopping and prepared dinner for everyone, and we had a beautiful chicken lasagna. The following day we went to Victoria House Needle Crafts, which is a shop in Mittagong, which was where the house was, and we went shopping, and I'll show you what I bought later on. That evening, we also met up with Joanna, Vintage Chick Stitcher. She brought her family over with her new bubs. So that was really special, meeting him and meeting her family. That was a lot of fun. We went out for dinner that evening. We had Thai, which I love Thai. We played some games. I don't know if you've ever played Celebrity Heads, but we modified it a bit and made it cross-stitch celebrity heads. And so instead of a famous person, we had to work out who or what our cross-stitch name was. So you know, they put a name on your forehead and you have to guess by asking yes or no questions what you are. And I was a Biscornu. Other answers were Joan Elliott. I think there was a Mirabilia lady, a Q-snap, yeah, so things like that. It was a lot of fun. I think the following night we played cross-stitch charades, which was also a lot of fun. If you have an opportunity to meet up with other stitchers in your area, go for it. It was so much fun, and I'm hoping that we'll do it again next year. So thank you ladies for inviting me. I had a ball, and I can't wait to do it again. So yeah, it was a lot of fun. Now I'll get into my stitching, and then I'll go into haul, and then I will go over my plans. So the first thing, well, this is not in any order, but I did have a new start. The 1st of June, which was last Friday, was the first day of our winter, and so I'm doing a kind of a Mirabilia sale with Belinda Aussie Stitcher. Hi Belinda. And we start the Mirabilia seasonal queens on the first day of our seasons. So on the first day of winter, which was the 1st of June in Australia, we started Winter Queen, which is this one. And I got a very slow start on this. It's hardly anything, but that's it there. And I'm stitching this on 28 count Monaco. And it's called Fairies Wear Boots from Colour Cascade Fabrics. So this is just the it's just her hair, little bits of her hair. So I only got a very small start on this. I finished on the Prairie Schooler alphabet. I finished the F block, and I started on the G block, which is G's for garden, that one. And so this is what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here it is now. Now I just want to say something about this. At this retreat that I went to, I was very lucky to meet with Thread Garden, Jan. Hi Jan, if you're watching. She hasn't put up any content on her channel for a while, but she used to be one of my favourite FlossTubers when she used to make FlossTube videos, and I think her most famous piece, and one has inspired so many people to start the Prairie Schooler alphabet, was the Prairie Schooler alphabet. She did it all on one big piece, and she brought it with her to the retreat, and it was stunning. It's heirloom quality. It's beautiful. So thank you, Jen, for bringing that with you. So yeah, it's just made me really wanted to finish this. Obviously, I'm still a long way from that, but yeah, I'm really glad to be working on this. The quality of her piece was just so amazing, and it's so big because it's all on the one piece. I'm obviously not doing that. You can see I'm at the end of my piece. I'm doing 9 blocks on each piece of Lugana, and this is 28 count Lugana. I'm stitching 1 over 1. But yeah, Jan's piece is beautiful. It's really, she should be very proud of that. It's absolutely stunning. So that's I finished the F block, and I started on the G block. That's G's for garden. Yeah, and I'm actually enjoying that so far. I think it might be that I've got a new perspective on it now since I've seen Jan's, and yeah, I just loved it. So I'm happy to be working on it again. The other piece I worked on was Guardians of Notre Dame by Ingleside Imaginarium, and I'll put a picture here of what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here is where it is now. So the May Chimera is that purple one at the bottom there, and as you can see, I've finished the border, or the grey parts of the border, and it all matched up, so I'm very happy about that, because that was a big concern. But yeah, really happy to have the border done. I just now need to find some time to, I don't know if you can see, there's some of this colour in there. That's a gassed, I'll put the name of it here, I can't remember what it's called, but I'd like to go through and finish that part of it now, this shading in the rest of the border. But at least now I have the outline and I can, I've got something to work off for every month. So I'm as up to date as can be, except for that colour that goes in all the inside the border. So there it is, we're halfway through, which is hard to believe. Next I worked on Ottoman Queen by Mirabilia. It's this one, and this one is unfortunately out of print. Here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here she is now. So I have finished. Last time I think I didn't have the coat started yet, and so I've done that. I received the Whisper White from 123 Stitch and I put that in. I also had some, the pattern calls for DMC 5828 I think, or 5282, which is a metallic DMC. I wanted to be a bit nicer to myself than that. I didn't want to use, I don't like DMC metallic. I know a lot of people share my opinion of that. So instead of using that, I found a Chronic with a lady from the retreat. She helped me out with that colour, and she helped me to find the right colour from Victoria House Needlecrafts. And so I substituted it in. I will put the number here because in case someone else needs that number. You know, it might not be an exact match of 5282. Victoria House Needlecrafts didn't have 5282. I don't even know if DMC still makes that number. But this is the colour I'm using and I'm really happy with it. So it's a Chronic. And so I've gone in and filled that out where it needed to go. And so this is the top part of Ottoman Queen. It's probably a quarter of the way down, and it's all there except for the beads. So yeah, very happy with her. And this is being stitched on a piece of 28 count Lugano from Colour Cascade Fabrics in Rocket Queen, sorry. So the piece is called Ottoman Queen and it's being stitched on Rocket Queen by Colour Cascade Fabrics. And then last but not least, I also worked on my stocking Faithful Friends, which is my Heaven and Earth Designs piece, and here's what it will look like when it's finished. And here's what it looked like the last time you saw it. And here it is now. And that is basically page 1 and 2. Page 3 is blank, and that's page 4 and 5. So you can see that this will be in the shape of a stocking. And you can kind of see here it's starting to go into the shoe part of the stocking, I guess, the foot part. My goal on this at the start of this year was to finish page 4 and 5, and I've done that now. So I'm not, at this point, I don't know whether I'm going to just leave it here and go back to it next year or go back to it and try to finish the rest of it. I know I said earlier on that I would like to finish it this year, but I've gone through and had a look, and the next 3 pages that I will need to work on are quite full. They're not all full coverage. One is. The others have a couple of columns off the side, but they will take a long time to stitch. So I don't know whether it's going to be doable to finish it. And I'm thinking maybe I'll leave it. I really want to go back to Juliet, which is by Tilton Crafts. So yeah, I don't know yet, but I'm putting this away for now, so I don't know when you'll see that one again. So yeah, that's that one. I'll go into haul and then I'll go through my plans. So firstly, I received, I ordered from Tasha's mum, which her business again is called Motif by Hand, and she sells quilt kits, but also fabric. And I want to start making project bags. I haven't yet, but I would like to try to make them just so that I know that I can make them. It would be a nice exercise for me to do. She sent me a thank you card. But this, I went onto her Etsy store. She's in Canberra, Australia, so not far from me as far as postage goes. But I ordered it, I think, on the Sunday night. On the Monday, I received a shipping notice, I think, and I received it on the Tuesday. It was something like that. I can't remember the exact dates, but it didn't take long at all to receive. So I ordered, and I don't know what these are called, I'm sorry, but they are on her Etsy store. That's, I believe, a fat quarter or a fat half. It's like a fat half. It was very reasonably priced. Yeah, it didn't take long at all to arrive. So there's that one and that one. I will link this below, her store, and if you're in Australia and you like fabric or you like to sew, please check it out, because I really recommend that store. Other haul I received, I went on Stash Unload and I found some fabric from a seller, and so I got this one, which is an opal. It's by Dragonfly Dreams. I've never heard of them before, but it's got some mottling on it. What was it called? So this is a 28 count opal Lugana, and it's called Midas Touch. And I'm going to be using this to stitch Afternoon in Rome. I had ordered some Gold Digger from Colour Cascade Fabrics for this project, but I now have the Weeks Dye Works and Classic Colour Works thread to use on it, and when I placed them against the Gold Digger, a lot of them wouldn't show up very well, so they will look a lot better on this one. This is slightly paler than that. So I think this is probably a better fit for that project. I've already stitched Afternoon in London and Afternoon in Paris, and they are now up on my wall, and I feel that it needs, I think an odd number looks, I've been told that odd numbers go better as a design feature than even numbers. I learnt that when I was doing scrapbooking, and I was always told if you're going to put an embellishment, always put either 1 or 3 or 5, don't put 2 or 4. And so I've got Afternoon in Paris, and then I've got Afternoon in London under it, and I think this will be the third one, Afternoon in Rome. So they'll be hanging up together on my wall when this one's finished. I don't know when I'm going to start it yet. Probably next year. Another piece of fabric I received was from the same person. This is a silk weaver called Summer Sunset. It's 28 count opal Lugana, and that's it there. And this is also very nice. And I've decided to stitch Emerald Mermaid on this one. It's an opal Lugana. It is a bit like a sunset, and when I tried to put this one up against the blues I had in my collection or in my stash, the blues on the design didn't really stand out enough for me. So I think this one's going to look better on this one. So I'm going to start that one today for Belinda's and Extra Cross Stitch's birthday. This is her sal, and if anyone would like to join us, please feel free. That's basically the sal. She wanted, we were at the retreat in February, the Mirabilia retreat, and a bunch of us independently bought this design, including me, and she already had it at home, and she said, why don't we all do a sal, since so many of us have it, and we decided to start on her birthday, which is today, the 6th of June. So feel free to start along with us, or stitch along with us. No rules, it's all very informal. If you want to stitch it, go ahead. And then also as part of the Stash Unload parcel, I received another gold weaver, and this is called Gold Spinner in 28 count opal Lugana. That's that one. So it's a nice deep yellow. I still haven't received March or May's fabric of the month from Colour Cascade Fabrics. I did ask Tammy, and she said that they were being dyed last week, so hopefully I'll receive them soon. I also ordered from 123 Stitch this book from Blackbird Designs. It's called Shall I Compare Thee to a Summer's Day? And I thought it was going to be one big pattern, but it's actually several separate patterns, all from this. They're all kind of motifs from this sampler. And then from Victoria House Needlecrafts, I found Mediterranean Mermaid, which I bought to add to my stash of Mirabilia charts, which I have plenty. So my plans are, I want to start Enchanted Mermaid, which I will do sometime this afternoon. I want to finish the G block on the Prairie Schooler alphabet. I'm hoping to do that sort of by the end of this week. We've got a long weekend coming up this weekend, and by then I want to kind of get on to maybe either go back to Winter Queen or start working on Secret Door, Story Keep Secret Door, which I will be working on for the 1200 stitches I need to do for Full Coverage Fanatics group on Facebook. I believe there's also a stitch-a-thon this weekend through the Cross Stitch Finish Line, and I think I'll be using Story Keep Secret Door for that one. So I'll be starting page 3 of that. I'll finish page 1 and 2. I'd like to start page 3. I really want to finish that this year, so I might kind of ramp up the amount of work I put into it from now on. I want to return to Winter Queen and maybe spend the rest of this month either on Winter Queen or Enchanted Mermaid, or while we were at the retreat, we thought it would be, because there were so many FlossTubers there, we thought it would be funny to watch all the FlossTubers that were at the retreat, to watch all their first videos, and mine was cringeworthy. I had started doing FlossTube over 3 years ago, and the way I had done it was I didn't want to put my face on the camera. I was too shy, and I was kind of holding my phone or my tablet, I can't remember which, and I had everything on my bed, and I was kind of standing over it filming. So it was the evening, so the light was shining, there was a massive shadow, so whenever I leaned over something to film, it had just cast this massive shadow on everything, so you could barely see it. I covered up the microphone in parts, I also covered up the camera in parts, so I just thank God that my stitching is better than my cinematography, because I think after that I quickly decided that I would get in front of the camera. I'd, you know, everyone else does it. Who cares what I look like? That kind of thing. So, yeah, I've been in front of the camera ever since. So, but anyway, the projects that I showed on there, all of them have been completed or are being worked on, with the exception of Tutankhamun, which is the Boy King by Janlin. And The other one that hasn't been finished is Stocking Faithful Friends, but at least I've worked on it since then. I don't think I've worked on Tutankhamun at all since that first video, or maybe I've put in a few stitches, but I really would like to get that one done. And so yeah, I think I'm going to try and go back to that at some point soon. I don't know when I'm going to have time, but I would like to finish it. And one of my goals from this year was to finish that project, so you might see that come up, you know, in maybe some future videos. So yeah, I don't think I've got much left to do on it either, so I may as well finish it. But the thread that came with it was putting me off because it was a horrible metallic thread. I've since replaced that with Cryonic, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue to go back to it. So yeah, I think I'll return to that at some point. That's about it. I did buy some other fabric from Victoria House Needlecrafts, but I've put it with the projects that I want to use it for already. It was nothing, it wasn't a hand dyed or anything, it was just coloured fabric from Zweigart. Just coloured fabric that they sell. They don't sell hand dyed fabrics at Victoria House. I think that's all I have to share. I should be back in a couple of weeks. In the meantime, have a great couple of weeks. Enjoy June. I believe, well, the World Cup will be starting soon, and I like to watch that. I'm not a big soccer fan, but I do like the World Cup. Last time it was on was before my daughter was born, and I was working in an office, and they had massive parties to celebrate. We put up all the nation's flags up around the office and decorated the office, and it was a lot of fun. So I'm looking forward to seeing it. So yeah, enjoy that if you are into that kind of thing. And I should be back soon. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for commenting and liking. And have a good month. Bye.